We are now joined by South Carolina Congresswoman Sherry Biggs. Good morning, Congresswoman. Thank you so much for joining us so early. Let's start with the shutdown. So the clean CR ends January 30th. And of course, the million-dollar question on everyone's mind is really, are Democrats going to use the American people again as pawns, or what they're calling leverage, to try and get what they want again? I mean, do you think we're headed for government shutdown part 2?
Well, good morning. I certainly hope we're not going to shut down the government again. I know that the Republicans wanted to keep things going and continue working for our constituents. And unfortunately, the Democrats chose to take their politics and put over their people in their districts. But hopefully that won't happen again. Certainly, they didn't gain anything from this last shutdown. And if anything, it hurt our districts and our constituents. So I hope that we'll keep pushing forward and working on making things great again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the shutdown really just kind of shone a light on the Democrat Party. It showed, hey, they are really the American people last party. But Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene dropping quite a bombshell at the end of last week when she announced her resignation. I would love to get your initial reaction to this.
I haven't talked to Marjorie about this personally. I'm sure she has her reasoning, but as for me, I'm just focused on the 3rd District of South Carolina. I know over the weekend, I was able to speak to some of our freshman members, and we are really focused on making changes and continuing to work and not getting distracted by what's going on the sidelines.
Yeah, really working for the American people. But ma'am, I do want to switch gears quickly. So you recently wrote a letter to the DOJ requesting a relaxation of the regulatory requirement, which mandates prior ATF approval for the interstate transportation of short-barreled rifles and short-barreled shotguns. I would love if you could tell us more about this.
Sure. So actually, I'm joined by 25 of my colleagues, and we're requesting that the regulation which is outdated be replaced, and actually consideration given to that. This is to protect our Second Amendment gun owners. We want to be able, and I'm talking about legal citizens that obtain firearms by legal measures, that are responsible citizens, and it's common sense, and it replaces outdated materials.
Yeah. But finally, I love your reaction on what's being called a bit of a maybe love fest between New York's mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani and President Trump. We saw that they met the end of last week. It was all positive. President Trump said we had a great meeting. Your reaction on what we saw from those two?
Well, I just admire President Trump for his efforts, and he is the ultimate negotiator, and he doesn't view any task as too big or irreasonable. And I think what he's doing is great for America. New York City is not going. They're not going to fix their problems with socialism. And I think that opportunity for the president to talk with him, and I'm looking forward to see what comes out of that, and what the future holds.
Yeah, if they can have a good relationship, if Trump can steer him away from his socialist ideas, that would be the best thing for New York City. Congresswoman Sherry Biggs, thank you so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.